The man who ruled Iran for decades is making his final journey. Millions of mourners are pouring into the streets in one of the largest funeral processions Iran and the world have ever witnessed. On Tuesday, the holy city of Qum was overwhelmed by waves of mourners as hundreds of thousands of people gathered to bid farewell to Iran's late supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Aerial footage showed crowds of people marching in Qum, waving flags and carrying posters with images of the slain leader and waving the Iranian flag. Khamenei was killed in a joint U.S.-Israeli attack on Iran on Feb 28th, triggering weeks of war and escalating tensions across the region. Iran's official news agency, IRNA, said the crowds extended for 7 kilometers. Funeral prayers were also held at the holy Jamkaran Mosque. The bodies are due to be transferred next to Iraq, with ceremonies scheduled in Najaf and Karbala before Khamenei is buried on Thursday in Mashhad in northeastern Iran. Iranian state television also aired live images of tens of thousands of people walking toward Jamkaran Mosque just south of Qum for a funeral service for Khamenei. The mosque is believed by Shiites to have once hosted the Muhammad al-Mahdi, the 12th and last Shiite imam, who disappeared in the 9th century and will one day reappear to bring justice to the world. Iranian mourners carried banners threatening U.S. President Donald Trump during the funeral procession. The larger crowds waved Iranian flags and red banners which read, "Kill Trump," as tens of thousands of people gathered. Iranian mourners in Tehran hurled stones at an image of U.S. President Donald Trump on Monday during a memorial procession for the late Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Footage shows crowd pelting a billboard suspended from a bridge. Others carried Iranian flags, red revenge banners, and signs reading, "Kill Trump, $100 million Iranian bounty," while chanting, "Haider, Haider." The chant invokes Haider, a name meaning lion and commonly associated in Shia tradition with Imam Ali. The procession was part of farewell ceremonies that began on Saturday and are scheduled to continue across Iran and Iraq until July 9th. The ceremonies are due to move to Qom on July 7th before
All right, I'm gonna stop it there. Before I get started, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Also, give up honor to the elders and apostles of GMS that rule well and teach well, and for giving us 100% truth. All right, man. So this is what we need, man. Okay, Trump is our guy. Okay, you see, Trump has a bounty on his head. Okay, for killing their Ayatollah leader. Okay, and you see these banners that they're putting up. I'm not gonna say it, but you see it. Okay, and this is the end of Babylon the Great. Okay, and this thing is not gonna die over. It's just gonna get worse. Okay, and it's the Heavenly Father that is stirring this up. Okay, in the spirit. Okay, he's causing these things to happen. Okay, because we are in the time of war, and we're in a time of transitioning between Esau's kingdom and the kingdom of heaven, okay, which is for the Israelites, Jacob, okay. For Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning of the beginning of that follow, right? Matter of fact, let's get 2nd Esdras 15. It says, behold, an horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots. Okay, and that's talking about a mixture of those Arab groups of nations are going to come together. Okay, the chariots, they're military. All right, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians raging in wrath. Okay, and those Carmanians are the Iranians, okay, which are Elamites. Okay, it says also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Okay, and the Assyrians is talking about the America. Okay, the Americans, right? So this is what you're seeing, man. You're seeing, okay, the end of Babylon the Great. Okay, you've seen these nations getting riled up. Okay, you see that they want blood. Okay, see, the thing with them is that they know what they're fighting for. Okay, but this, the American military, they don't know. Okay, the U.S. military, they're fighting. They don't even know where they fighting this war. Okay, but these Arabs, okay, these Elamites, okay, Carmanians, okay, which are Iranians, okay, you killed one of their leader, man. You killed one of their leader. Okay, and this is why you're gonna have a lot of these Islamic nations coming together. Okay, because they share the same faith and they all gonna come together, right? It says, verse 31, it says, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. Okay, the dragon is dealing with those Arab nations. Okay, they're going to come to war. They're going to come together and unite their power together. Okay, and fight this war. All right. So this is the time we're coming in, man. And they're mad, okay, and they got a bounty on Trump's head, okay. Now let's get Isaiah 14:4. It says, "Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon." Okay, Trump, he's the king of Babylon. Okay, Babylon the Great. Okay, which is America. Okay, he's the president. Okay, therefore he's the king of Babylon. And says, and say, how have the oppressors ceased? The golden city cease. Okay, so this is just is more of a taunt, more of a mocking, of America being taken down. Okay, so Babylon is being mocked in this case. Okay, of it being being brought down, their pride being humbled. Okay. And it says the golden city cease. Okay, that golden city is America. All right. It says Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. Okay, the staff represents their power. Okay. Their power is being broken. Okay, their dominion. Okay. There's no more authority. Okay, there's no more rulership with them. Okay. World War III is going to be the end of them. Okay. When Yahweh Bashni Al-Shai and them angels crack the sky, that's it. Okay. So it's been a snare laid for Babylon. Okay. They're thinking that they're going to go over there, okay, and be victorious. Okay. Not understanding their latter end. Okay. Not understanding that this is it for them. Okay. Isaiah 47:1 talks about there's no throne. Okay. Because after World War III, that's it for you. Okay. So it says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continued stroke, He that ruled the nation in anger is persecuted and none hinder. Okay, so you're gonna have these heathen nations. They're not going to stop, Esau's downfall. Okay, they're not going to defend him. Okay, they deal with America, but they really don't fuck with America. Okay, and this is why you're gonna see, with America allies turning on them. Okay, so and this is why you're gonna have all these missiles being shot at America. Okay, you see what's happening, what's going on with America's allies. Okay, so eventually, missiles are going to come to this place, man, and we're seeing everything is coming clearer. Okay, as the days go by. Okay, and these are the things that we need to happen. Okay, we need these things to happen. Right? So it says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continued stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, he persecuted and none hinder. Okay, so Esau is going to go down. Okay, America's going to go down. Esau and America are associated together. Okay, Esau runs out America. All right, and he oppresses the world globally. Okay, pushes his policies. Okay, and if you don't adhere to his policies or the things that Esau wants, okay, he can cut you off. Okay, he can starve you out. All right, so he's a global oppressor. Okay, let's get this is Habakkuk 2 verse 8. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of man's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. All right, so and this is why in the scriptures it says the hammer of the earth. Okay, because that's what Esau does. Okay, that's what America does. Okay, it destroys these nations. Okay, it weakens these nations. Okay, through their military power, through their deception, through their lies. Okay, their violence and bloodshed. Okay, which they use to build wealth and So this is what it's going into is this the same thing is going to come back on them. Okay, since thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. Okay, and those Iranians, they want blood. Okay, and all what Trump did, okay, of taking out their leader, all it did was just made things worse. Okay, and that's what we need to jump this thing off. All right. That way, because you see the MOTB, okay, everything is coming together, okay, and the tensions are rising over there in the Middle East. Okay, so we're close, man. We're there. All right. So this was a quick little video, man. I hope this video